Hey guys, Brandon with Scooter Swap Shop. Just want to go over a couple things with the, if you've got a bugeye Zuma, this will pertain to you if you're doing an aftermarket carburetor. So the original carburetor and the throttle tube is set up as a push-pull, so it has two cables. So when you switch to an aftermarket carburetor, you need to switch to a different cable. So if you want to run your original throttle, this is a Motion Pro cable that is specific for Zuma. It's got this little plate here. Let's see if I can get it out. So this piece goes into your twist throttle, here the cam, and that's the screw. So if you want to retain your stock throttle control of your handlebars, you need this cable. The other option is NCY. We have these special quick throttles as well. So these will work with this Motion Pro style cable, okay? You've got no threads in here, and this little guy fits right there. So these are the last ones that are made. We grabbed these somehow and got them really, really cheap, and they're selling fast. So I don't know how much longer these are gonna be available. But anyway, so if you run this cable, which you need a different cable either way if you do an aftermarket carburetor on a bugeye. So this cable is required if you want to keep your stock throttle and you want a different throttle, a different carb. So your other option is if you actually don't want to be locked into running this one style of throttle tube. As you can see, there's no threads. This is specific. If you want to run something like this, like the NCY needle bearing that's got threads in it and a stopper, it's a really, really nice setup from NCY. You know, you guys have seen these before, but these are my personal favorite. They're really nice products. So if you want to run this, then what you're gonna need to do is you don't want the Motion Pro cable. You want a regular PWK cable that's like Honda's run, which have the threads up here. So if you're swapping a carb and you want to keep everything original off the handlebars, just grab one of these. They're simple, they're easy, they thread right in, and then you also have the option of running this as well with this cable. If you feel like you want to do naked bars or do something else down the road and have more options, then you want to grab a PWK cable. That's the threaded style. So I would highly advise against running the original push-pull cable setup on an aftermarket carburetor, because if you actually roll your hands forward, it'll grab that throttle cable and accelerate. So if you just basically put on a stock carb, or you put on a different carburetor and you run your stock control, this will accelerate and it goes back to its regular position. If you roll it forward, it'll also accelerate. So if you slam on the brakes too hard and your hand rolls forward, you're going to keep accelerating. So it's really dangerous to run. It's really dangerous to run an aftermarket carb with a single cable on the OEM control. So hopefully that explains some things. You just mainly need to just remember when you're buying cables which style you want. This is for Yamaha OEM. This is going to be for aftermarket or Honda. The other ends are going to be the same. So hopefully that clarifies kind of how the throttle cable system works for the Yamaha bugeyes. And these Motion Pro cables are kind of spendy, but they're extremely good. They're made specific for Yamahas. We sell a ton of them. I've never seen one come back. I've never seen a problem with those at all. So if you want to have more options, I suggest going with this style cable with your Yamaha. That way you go with NCY, there's Voca, there's a bunch of different brands, Stage 6, bunch of different types that will accept this style cable. This is going to be the most common. So hopefully that sheds some light. We have all this stuff online, so feel free to check it out or message or comment if you got any questions. Thanks, guys.